the first part of this episode was focused more on Shoot. It wasn't really focused on anybody else. Well, it was, but we seen that Shoot really. He was talking about how he didn't really fight strong opponents like YOUPI, because he didn't really want to fight YOUPI. He was scared. The narrator also said that YOUPI, you know, he's not made like Shapuf or Neferpitu. The way he's made is he's made of a different magical beast. He's not really made of, you know how Shapuf and Neferpitu have like human-like features. YOUPI isn't made like that. He had a whole bunch of magical beasts into one, and we've seen it in this episode. He was able to grow other arms and eyes in this episode. We've seen that GON attack YOUPI only because of the fact that GON realized that Meliron and Knuckle are rushing towards the king, and if one of those arrows hits Meliron or Knuckle, they'll both still be in God's accomplice and they won't be able to see them. So GON's like, we don't know if they're alive or not. I don't know if they're dead. I'm just gonna attack YOUPI. That was his first thought. And we see that GON is really thinking right now on his feet. He's ready to fight. You know, he has that dark eyes, like Killua said before. So GON went and attacked YOUPI, and Killua obviously came to back him up. And we also see that we can tell that that Shoot, he was thinking on his feet as well. He said if I attack YOUPI right now, he might get in the way of Meliron, and that's gonna be a bad thing. So they both were thinking on their feet, and that was a good thing to know they can do that. We also see that one of in my last video of HunterxHunter, someone commented and said that Netero, you know, Netero was supposed to fight the king. That's all part of the plan. Yeah, it's all part of the plot's plan, but it's not part of Killua's plan. Killua and the rest of the people didn't know that these arrows were gonna fall and attack the palace. They thought that Netero is supposed to fight, you know, the Meliron, but I mean Netero was supposed to fight Miriam, but they didn't know that he was going to attack the palace the way he did. So no one knew what Netero's plan was or what he was going to try to do. And we find out Netero's plan later. So Killua also noticed that, you know, Zeno is the person that's backing up Netero, because he sees the arrows and he's like, oh, now I know what Netero was talking about. Now I know who's backing him up, his grandfather. And when we get to the king, you know, Neferpitu, she was kind of scared in this episode when we see her crying, only because of the fact that the king asked her to heal Komugi, and the king was like, I trust you and I have faith in you, please heal her. And Neferpitu was just crying because I guess she never really heard the king say that to her in such a tone. And we see the dark aura that was coming around the king when Komugi died. Well, we don't know if she's dead, and we don't know, she's probably unconscious, so we'll just go with that. She's unconscious. I don't read the manga, so I wouldn't know. I don't know if she's dead or not, but I'll just say she's unconscious. So the king was kind of upset about that, and we can see that Netero and Zeno, when they walked in and saw the king holding Komugi, they're like, this is not what we expected. This is not the way we thought the king would be. He's holding and caring for a living person, or she might be dead, a dead person, and he has so much love and compassion for her, like a mother would have for their children. They didn't think that the king was going to be like this. And at the end of the episode, the king goes, let's go fight somewhere else. We're not going to fight here. And they're just they were like starstruck, kind of. They didn't know what was going on. So we can see that Knuckle he's not dead. He ends up punching YOUPI, and he puts bankrupt on YOUPI, and he doesn't know how long it's going to take for YOUPI's end to go out, because he's so strong. So that's what Knuckle is calculating at the end of the episode. How long is gonna take for YOUPI to not use his nen anymore? And the narrator said that Knuckle's been in 5,000 battles, so he's faced strong opponents before, but he doesn't know what he's supposed to do against YOUPI, because YOUPI is so strong. So whenever this God's accomplice goes out, he doesn't know if he'll be able to take YOUPI just one-on-one. And we also see that, you know, Netero, his whole plan was really to get Zeno to separate the royal guards from the king, and the king basically did that on his own. He said, let's go fight somewhere else. We're not going to fight with the royal guards. Neferpitu is healing Komugi right now, and Shapuf is on his way to find the king. We don't know exactly where he's at. YOUPI is gonna fight all of those people, because YOUPI is so strong that they have to fight him as a team. So we don't know where Shotproof is right now, and we still, we're gonna see in the next episode what Netero is gonna do, because at the end of the episode we saw that Netero, the king, walked past Netero and Zeno, and they didn't even notice until he was completely past them, and because they let their guards down because of the whole king is caring for Komugi thing. So they didn't even know like what was going on. They were just like, they was just stuck, and the narrator said that Netero and Zeno was holding their breath throughout the whole time where the king was holding Komugi, and he was just so pissed. So this was a great episode. The hype is still up. I had to make this video later on and not when I finally saw the episode, because there was just so much hype. So this was a great episode, guys. Leave comments down below, and please subscribe and like this video. I'm Edman. I'm out. See you guys later.